And now it's time for our letter of the week. This week's letter comes from Jeremy Ledwidge from Kilmore, who writes, "Dear Myles, I've moved to a new area, but I'm having trouble making friends. Back home, I was a member of a role-playing club, mostly D&D, but other stuff too. Anyway, I'm thinking about starting up a club here, but it'll take a lot of work and I'm wondering if it's really worth it. Thanks, Jeremy." Starting your own cult. As Jeremy asks, is it really worth the effort?
To be different, I decided to inject something of myself into my cult ideology.
Because only with the 5 stars of enlightenment, in perfect alignment, can the righteous pass into the sun. 5-star salvation. Excuse me, 5-star salvation?
No, thank you. We are not interested.
The hoi polloi were far too rational for my outlandish views. I needed to focus on the more vulnerable, suggestible members of society. Ex-addicts were far more receptive, as were the unemployed.
Excuse me, sir, 5-star salvation?
Ex-criminals.
You
The elderly.
into my fault. Oh, I didn't get the part, eh?
And the actor's cattle call was a treasure trove of broken spirits.
Let's get real here. Where are you going with this acting caper?
Well, I was in Underbelly. 2 and 3.
Dita, everyone was in Underbelly.
True.
I believe that each and every one of you are special. And together we can strive for a 5-star existence. I have a real treat for you today. Please welcome actor and celebrity, Dita Brummer.
With a celebrity to boot and a new place to call home, far from the judgmental eyes of normal society, my cult was finally off the ground.
You see those 5 stars up there in the constellation?
Isn't that the Southern Cross?
Well, yes, that's what man calls it. But to us Barlowians, that's heaven.
I couldn't deny that being a cult leader provided me with an enormous sense of importance. I was not only the center of attention, but to my disciples, I was the very center of their universe. And while I was somewhat surprised at their gullibility, it was a role I found myself happy to facilitate. There were the financial benefits too. With my disciples signing over their life savings, I'd amassed a tidy little nest egg. Law enforcement would occasionally check up on
I'm
us.
sensing your accusations and I'm giving them 1 star. If you're interested in turning your life around...
Listen, just stay away from his property, okay?
But by and large, we were left to our own devices.
In 32 days, the apocalypse will engulf this planet.
I was amazed at just how besotted some of my disciples became with me.
Julia.
Myles, I feel so blessed to have found you.
Yes, well, you're not alone. Julia, what are you doing?
I feel so much closer to you.
Yes, well, it was God who consummated with you, remember, not Myles. So you'd best get back to your husband now, I think, Julia. Dita.
I have something to show you.
Oh, okay, certainly. What is all this?
Oh, they're guns. A few mini Uzis, a Tommy gun, and a few Berettas for general purpose.
Where did you get all this?
I keep in contact with the armourer from Underbelly.
Why?
Well, you said we needed to protect ourselves, no matter what.
Did I?
Yeah, pretty sure you did at campfire last week.
All right, well, that's quite enough protection for now. All right, so good work.
Dita's stockpiling of weapons was a concern. But once word of Julia's lying with the Chosen One had spread, others wanted similar salvation, often several times a day.
Hello. Terry, shouldn't you be at the workshop? You're very close to 5 stars now, Marie. Must be excited. Hello, Terry.
Marie's out in the fields.
Oh, no, that's okay. I'm actually here to see Laura. It's time to achieve enlightenment.
Well, why can't I achieve enlightenment instead?
because it's not God's calling at this time, too.
Right, so my wife's been chosen 13 times this month, now my daughter, but not me.
Yes.
But this is my daughter.
Just in time. This bodes well for you, Terry.
I'd become so drunk with power, I'd even lost sight of the apocalyptic deadline I'd been promising all this time.
Sorry I'm late. The apocalypse has been delayed. I'm afraid it's...
When will it be?
Well, soonish, God said. You know, next month, probably. Would you like to discuss it? Go back to my room and...
Go. I mean, you've taken my money, you've taken my wife, and for what? I mean, you consummate with every woman in the place.
That's not true, Terry. Is it, Margaret?
Is it my time now?
No, it's not.
You're full of it. This place is a joke. Should be called the Church of Bullshit.
Well, that's a silly name.
You're a fucking snake, mate.
Well, that's it. You are exiled from the church.
Fraud.
Maria and Laura, you can stay, obviously. But you can leave, please. Now.
He said leave.
Dita, what is that?
It's an MP5. I can get more if you want.
No. Dismissed. Everyone?
Myles! Myles, wake up!
This is the police. Come out with your hands in the air, please.
Terry's betrayed us. He's brought the police. The apocalypse is upon us.
It's not the apocalypse. Just settle down. You see my pants? Just stay here.
Yes? Terry, what?
Approach slowly with your hands in the air.
We are a peaceful community.
Approach
We mean
slowly
no
with your
harm.
hands in the air, that's fine.
Stay there! Dita, what are you doing?
It's okay, Myles. The battalion's mobilised.
Battalion! You're gonna get us killed! Fall back to the bunker! Bunker! You've got a bunker!
What had I done? These people were so taken in by my prophecies,
Myles, is this the end?
they'd lost all touch with reality. As had I. It really was the apocalypse.
It wasn't meant to be like this! What is that, bazooka?
It's an RPG! Fire in the hole!
We have to talk about these weapons! I am not happy!
I'll protect you!
Put the gun down! Throw your weapons!
Leading a cult was like mountaineering without oxygen. An exhilarating head rush of insanity as Sherpas of common sense abandon you to your fate. But while ascending the summit of self-proclaimed omnipotence, I became distracted by the glacier of promiscuity, scrambling across it with reckless abandon, stranding my helpless flock of disciples in the middle of Judgment Mountain. I've since been released on bail, but I've been forced to bear my own alpine pack of pending charges, with a court date yet to be set. 2 stars.